So, here we go. All right. So, to start off, I'm going to be mostly reading from a script a little bit. This is so I can try to keep my facts straight and hopefully you guys can kind of understand as I tell it. And also like every other story I've ever told, names will be disguised. Obviously, I don't want my video get taken down for harassment. And also, I don't want this person I'm talking about to be doxxed or tracked or attacked. But also, another reason for this particular story, it involves a criminal accusation, which I don't know for sure is true, but I feel like I should mention this. So, for this story, we're just gonna call this guy Adam. All right. So, with that said, I guess we can just get started. So, right now, my vlogs have been deleted because I do not ever want to be associated with Adam ever again, which is disappointing because the rest of my friends really enjoyed making these vlogs with me. But after you guys hear everything, you'll understand why I'm doing this. So to start off, I guess I'll start from the beginning from when I first met Adam. I met Adam through a mutual friend, and my mutual friend is a girl. And my friend once had an attraction to Adam, but that quickly disappeared after a short time. But Adam still had an attraction to my friend. Now, Adam, he had two friends. All right. Adam had a friend named Christian and a friend named Deontay. But my friend, she started talking to Deontay, Adam's friend, and it was sexual. She started sending Deontay nudes. But out of the blues, one night, my friend gets a message from a guy named Christian saying, "Hey, I like your nudes, LMAO," and saying, I'm a friend of Adam and Deontay. So my friend, she starts to panic and she messages Adam and says, "What the fuck, help, what's going on?" Because it was her nudes that were being sent to someone that she doesn't even know. So Adam was like, "All right, I got this, I'll take care of it." And he messages Christian and tells him to fuck off. And there was a whole spiel about that. They were arguing back and forth for hours. And Adam and Christian, they get into a fight. Christian starts blackmailing Adam, saying, "Give me money or I'll post her nudes on my Snapchat story." And that's when my friend calls me and she tells me, she fills me in on what's going on. And she tells me that she needs help because her nudes were being used in a blackmail. So Adam, he pays this guy to keep him away. And at the time, I get involved. Around this time, I get involved and I tell my friend, "All right, I'll take you to the police station and we can write a report and we'll bring this and we'll need to bring Adam with us." And that's actually how I ended up meeting Adam. The next day, I picked up my friend and we picked up Adam and we all head down to the police station. And on the way there, Adam was telling us a backstory on Christian, saying he was a real deal, gangster from Chicago, and he was very low key, didn't have any social medias besides Snapchat. He was a legit gangster. Now, when we got to the police station, we told the cop everything that had happened, and I gave him printed photos of the screenshots that were taken during this, and I gave them as much as I could give. And from that point on, it was in their hands, at least for me, because I was just a friend there to support my friend. So I wasn't needed anymore. So that's the first time I met Adam, and there's a reason why I mentioned that whole story right there, which we'll come back to later because it's important. So that night, I got Adam's Snapchat, and a week or so later, I see Adam's Snapchat mentioning. I see on Adam's Snapchat on his story of him mentioning that he was working in a studio making music and such. And when I read that, I was thinking, all right, this dude, he's working in a creative field. Maybe I should try to work with him because I think he's cool and everything. And because I've been wanting to take on vlogging again, so I messaged him and I was like, "Hey, do you need a vlogger in your group?" And he instantly got excited and he was like, "Yeah, of course, come through, man. We need a vlogger." And that's actually how I ended up getting more involved with him. And I came through and I met the rest of the guys working with them, and we all just kind of clicked together, and we just had fun and just goofed around, and I had fun filming with them. And that was really the start to the whole journey. I was hanging out with rap artists and making vlogs out of it. It was really fun. Now, sort of fast forwarding, like I'm gonna sort of fast forward here. I was hanging out with these guys like nearly every day. On camera it was like the same energy as off camera. We were always having a good time, and everybody was just cool. Like I liked everybody, and I was even like making like some of their music videos for them as well. Like I never made music videos before, but like I gave it a try, and I was really into it. Um, and they were even saying like, "Yo, like let me pay you for this," but at first I was like, "Nah," but then I started thinking about it. But we'll get back to that. But I was hanging out with them, and it became clear that these guys were like, these guys were not so good when it came to exposure or being organized online for that matter. Like they were just unorganized. They didn't know how to promote themselves. It was just all over the place. It was a mess. Like they each had like a SoundCloud, and they were like posting songs they'd just whip up in like 20 minutes. Didn't really like put so much time into it. And honestly, like I'm not trying to be an asshole to the good friends I had in this group, but their music wasn't quite good. All right, it was pretty amateur, and I've been honest about it to them with them about their music, because I hate being a yes man. I never wanted to be a yes man. Even so, like what was weird about this whole situation was that even though the music they made was kind of like not good, their SoundClouds still had like hundreds and thousands of man, I can't speak. Their SoundCloud had like hundreds and thousands of followers and views on each of their songs. And call me an asshole if you need to, but I thought that was very odd because I didn't think their music was good enough to reach that many followers. But then it started making sense a little bit because one night I'm with the guys and I'm listening to their conversations, and Adam was saying, "All right, guys, like I need you guys to like give me $30 for promotion each," and the other guys paid him, handed him the cash money and everything, because apparently Adam had a friend, and this friend would get songs promoted for money, and it just clicked in me. I knew what was going on. Because here's the thing, guys, like I've been on the internet my whole life, ever since I was 8 years old, and I've seen all sorts of scams. I've witnessed scams, I've been in scams, I've even pulled some scams, okay? I'm not afraid to admit that. So it didn't take much for me to figure out that these followers and viewers on their SoundCloud were fake bots. They weren't real people listening to their music. And I knew that because their songs had like 100,000 views, but maybe like 3 comments and like 4 likes. And Adam was buying them. But to the rest of these guys, they thought it was legit. They thought it was real. So, as a friend, I talked to one of the guys in the group in private, and I told them, "Yo, these promotions you guys have been buying, they're fake. All the views and followers, they're fake." And when I told him that and explained how they were fake, that's when things in the group started to shift a little bit. And we all kind of came together and kind of confronted Adam. And when we did that, he just started playing victim and saying like, "No, man, I thought they were real. Like, I didn't even know, like, I didn't even buy them from a website. I sent the money to a friend who did our promotions, yada, yada." But, I don't know, we had like a hard time believing him, but at the same time, like, he seemed legit. Like, he seemed like he was actually a victim too, because like, he was saying like someone else was buying them for them. Like, he was sending this guy money, and the guy would just like, quote unquote, promote them. So the group didn't drop him, but they were just skeptical of him because like it was really his fault. Like they were skeptical of him because it was really his fault. They all wasted like hundreds of dollars on Adam just to like find out all their followers and views are fake. And that was like really the first major flag, like red flag that I got from Adam. And since that day, like I started to pick up more on Adam's like little breadcrumbs. Like the next several days, I started noticing a little white lies that Adam would tell. Because apparently, before Adam started hanging out with us, he used to hang out with like huge producers in like Chicago. And he kept telling us that he had connections to like parties, concerts, and like some famous people. But like he can never really back that up, besides having like a few photos and videos of himself in a real studio. And he was also bragging that he had like so much money. Like he had like money that in his bank account, but he'd always for some reason be broke because he said like he couldn't touch his money, which was weird. One of the biggest things that annoyed the hell out of me was Adam's habit of like breaking promises. All right. So most things I do for the group, I go above and beyond, especially when it came to like music videos. One time Adam made a deal with me, said like he would pay me for my work because I was like buying props, I was filming them and I was editing their videos and I would spend like a lot of time on it. And we agreed that there would be a once a month payment. Like he would pay me at the end of the month. And this was him saying like he would do this. He said like we set an actual date for when I get paid. So when that date came, he would have the money and he would pay it. And this was like set in stone. It was his word. However, when that date came, I messaged Adam and he just ended up leaving me on red. And I was like, what the fuck? What's going on? So I kept messaging him and at one point he just stopped opening my messages. And I was actually like starting to panic a little bit because some of the money was gonna like pay for my bills, which was like due in like 2 days. And I was kind of getting close to being broke. So I needed that money. So I kept messaging him, asking him like, what's the deal? What the fuck is going on? And finally he messages me after a few hours. He messages me back and he's like, he just starts getting mad at me. And he goes, dude, I'm broke. Like, why are you asking me for money? And that just pissed me off because like, it was him who set that amount of money and it was him who set the date it was due. Plus, like, I've brought it up as a reminder for the past few weeks, so the fact that he was playing dumb really just sparked, like, a little bit of hatred in me. So I told him, dude, like, you knew this day was coming, don't play dumb with me. And he gets mad at me and he goes, why am I obligated to pay you to hang out with us? That's just dirty, man. And I was like, is this guy fucking for real? Like, I put a lot of money down on gas, driving him everywhere, buying him shit for like music videos, buying him food. I even bought like a couple of motel rooms for us to like record music in. And this dude actually had the audacity to like say this shit to me. So what ended up happening, I actually had to like hang my head down low and ask my parents for money to pay my bills, which was really embarrassing. Now, that situation right there, that was a huge red flag for me. But sadly, like, I ended up brushing it off my shoulder because I didn't want to be an asshole trying to get money out of people. That was not me. So I decided, you know what, I'm just going to take the L because I figured this dude was broke and that was just like, that was disappointing. So from that point on, I just didn't buy any food, I didn't give any rides, and I didn't make any music videos without first getting paid, which he hardly did, and someone else always had like to cover for him for some reason, because he just didn't have the money. There was an instant one time that happened at a motel. There was me, Adam, another guy, and the friend I mentioned at the very beginning, the girl. And this girl, like, she still didn't like Adam, but Adam really liked her. Like Adam was like really attracted to my friend. And there was a moment the guys were making music, and Adam was on his phone, and he tells us that a guy from Chicago wants him featured on a track. But weirdly, when Adam took this deal, he had all of us step out of the motel room so he could record this part for this feature. So we were all standing outside of the motel room just waiting for him to finish, and we come back, and after we came back in, he spent maybe like 5 minutes like mixing the song, and when he let us listen to it, the song was like fucking crazy good. Like it sounded really, really good, like really professional. Like it was way better than anything he's ever made before. But when I started asking him questions on how come like he had never had this kind of talent before, like why wasn't he like making this kind of music with us before, he tried to like be very low key and he would like try to dodge the question. And that's when my suspicion kind of like grew from there. When everybody was leaving the motel room that night, I pulled Adam to the side. I was like, dude, can you be honest? Like, was that really you who sang that verse in that track? Like, I would understand if you faked it to impress a girl. And he was like, yeah, man, like, it's me, I promise you. I'm like, okay, I believe you. And he went home. But later that night, I just had like a hard time trusting this guy. And luckily, I had a clip of the song saved onto my Snapchat because I recorded it in the background. So that night, I took that clip and I used "What Song Is This" on Google, and I had it play. And of course, the original song came up. And when that happened, my body just sank a little bit because Adam really looked me in the eyes, and he just lied to my face. And not just me, but to the other guys we were working with, and also to that girl in the motel room. Like, he just lied to us. And the reason why this is such a big deal is because, like, we're all trying to grow on social media. We're all trying to grow and make a name for ourselves. And this guy, Adam, he is really just taking songs and pretending it's his. And if he continues that, then it won't take long until in the future someone else figures this out and we just get canceled just like that. And me being associated with them, I'm in the shitter too. So you guys can kind of understand why I'm fucking kind of mad about this. But anyways, I took the screenshot of the original song, which by the way only had like 500 views. And you know, I might even find the song, to be honest, and just kind of like show this in the video when I edit this video for YouTube. But when I sent Adam the screenshot, and after he looks at it, he just leaves me on red. And I keep messaging him saying like, dude, like, we need to talk about this. And I try to explain the same, like, the problems of like stealing songs. But he just ends up like posting on his story some bullshit saying like, you know, some people are really trying to bring you down, and just like sad emoji or some shit like that. And the story was like taking a shot at me, saying like I'm trying to bring him down or some shit like that. So to prevent this from like turning into like a huge fucking mess and a shit show, I just sent him one last message and saying like, dude, just don't lie to me again and we can forget this ever happened. And he goes, all right. Like, he messaged me back and he said, all right. And we just moved on from there. So far, this dude, he's already shown himself as pretty fake. He's been caught in a fat lie, caught buying fake bots, and he just doesn't ever pay back anybody. He's always using other people's money. But one of the biggest things in the group that he tried to pull in the group, which I'm still trying to wrap my head around to this day because I just don't know why this was necessary, but this one time he faked a concert. Like, he faked saying like he was invited to do a concert. He was telling me and another guy in the group, yo, like, there's a concert there's a concert going on in Chicago. These guys want me to open up for them, and I want you both to come with me. We could rent a car, drive out there, and they got paid hotels and everything. And both of us, like, we got excited as hell. Like, we're like, hell yeah. And for a few hours, we were just talking about it. But since then, not a word. It was never brought up again. Which confuses me because, like, he made it sound like it was a huge deal. But he just forgot about it. Like, if this was a huge concert in Chicago and you're being invited to the, like, and if you were like a rap artist being invited on stage as an opening, wouldn't you like keep up with that shit? Like, wouldn't you like prepare for that shit? He, like, the next day he just forgot it ever existed. And after that, like, it was just like little white lies, like, continuing after that. Like, he mentioned that he had a job, but he never seemed to be at that job. He said he was into some gang shit, like, but I never saw him remotely act on it. He said like he had like a professional studio type equipment at his place, but he never brought it over and instead just hogged the equipment at our friend's house to make his music. And beyond that, there were just like so many small lies he just told us about himself, but I don't know, I just don't have time to like go through all of them, but like there were just so many of them. And you guys got to remember, I'm spending like nearly every day with this dude and most of the nights as well. And all the shit he talks about, he just never seems to put his money where his mouth is. And the entire time, like, I've known this guy, he's just like posting on a Snapchat story how famous he is and how big he is and just boasting about it. And I wasn't the only one seeing this shit. Like, there was other guys in the group who were suspicious of him as much as me. But the only reason he was still around was because, like, he was the only one that knew how to use Logic Pro and auto-tuning pretty well. He wasn't the best at it, but, like, it's all we had. So that's why he was still in the group. I was also talking to one of the guys in the group about all my suspicion, about what's going on, what I'm feeling, what I'm seeing. And he told me that other people would try to tell him not to hang around Adam because we weren't the only ones that Adam had screwed over in the past. Like, Adam had a history of, like, staying at other people's houses, doing the same shit, but Adam left these people after threatening them and their families and, like, leaving them in debt after they spent so much money to help Adam. So I was on the edge with this dude, alright? All this shit was starting to build up, and one day he just finally set me off. Because there was one day he posted a story on his song. He posted on his Snapchat story a song. And it sounded really good, like really professional. And he captioned the story saying, damn, this was 2 years ago. Which meant he made the song Living in Chicago. And in the title of the song, his old stage name was attached to it as a feature. But, like, at the motel, it sounded way too good to be professional. So I took the clip and I used what song is this on Google. And sure enough, it wasn't his song. He was not featured on it at all. It was not his song at all. But instead of, like, just outing him right then and there, this time I decided, like, to just kind of, like, test him a little bit. Because at the motel, I told him, like, don't lie to me. And he said he wouldn't lie to me. So this time I tested him. And I messaged him and I was like, wow, this song is so good. Just to see if he'll come clean and be like, yo, between you and me, it's not really me. Because I'd be a lot happier if he was honest with me like that. But instead he replies, oh yeah, man, thanks. I was thinking, like, really, is this guy really gonna lie to me? So I poked further and I was like, how come you're not making songs like this? Like, this is really good. And he goes, oh man, like, dude, like, this isn't really, like, my best, to be honest. Like, I feel like the songs I make nowadays are, like, way better. Which was just bullshit, by the way, because, like, the song was, like, way better than any of the shit he could produce nowadays. Like, so finally, I was like, fuck it. I decided to call him out. And I dropped the screenshots of the original song I found. And after that, he just ignores me again. Doesn't reply for, like, 2 hours. And finally, I decided to I just decided to cut him off once and for all. And I just sent Adam this giant ass paragraph calling him fake and that I was just done with his ass. And then I'm just not gonna work with him no more. And he replies, bro, you're killing my vibe. Whatever. I don't need you. I never needed you. You're more fake than me. You bought your subscribers. And it just stops. And yeah, he actually said, like, I bought my subscribers. And his evidence was that the vlogs weren't getting as much views, which can be explained, by the way. Most of my subscribers came to my channel for story times, but the vlogs are a whole different genre, so the majority of my audience aren't really responding to that change very well, which is why my vlogs aren't getting as many views. But anyways, he tells me that he doesn't need me, and I just ignored him because, like, I said what I needed to say. And an hour after that happened, later, he starts posting on his Snapchat story, and suddenly he has 11 grand in his bank account, and he also posted a screenshot conversation between him and another dude saying, like, he was gonna get Adam into a movie or some shit like that, try to make me jealous or some shit like that. But as you all know, it's fake. Everything he was doing was fake. Even after I called him out and told him I knew everything was bullshit, he still is trying to pull this shit just to make me jealous or some shit like that. And later that day, like, I get a response from Adam saying, like, you should keep your mouth shut. And he starts threatening me and shit like that, saying I need to take, like, a beating and shit like that. And the reason why he was saying this is because, like, I was going around to the group saying, like, I'm done with Adam, I'm done. And I was telling this to, like, personal friends of mine saying, like, I'm done with Adam. That word got back to Adam. And Adam's, like, messaging me saying, like, you need to keep your mouth shut. And he starts threatening me, saying like I need to take a beating and shit like that. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I know Adam could kick my ass. He's way bigger than me. But even though I know he could, I didn't back down. I didn't like whimper away. I told him the same shit. Like I kept telling him like he was still fake. He was a manipulator. And even if he did beat me, I'd still be saying the same shit. But he went on saying like, when I see you, I'm going to beat the shit out of you. What I replied to him was like, whatever, I got to go to work. And he goes, I'm going to show up to your work then. I was like, all right then, see you there. Like, I was just calling out because I figured like he was fucking bluffing and shit like that. So I'm inside at my work, I'm in the break room, about to clock on, when he posts on his story of himself holding a gun. And when I saw that, honestly, I just kind of laughed because this dude is really trying to act like he's going to shoot me. Which I fucking doubt, to be honest. Because, like, I called him fake. And you'd think someone wouldn't spend life behind bars over something that dumb, being called fake. But anyways, shortly after that, he messages me and he goes, we're here, come out. And I'm like, nah. Because I really had to clock into work in like 5 minutes. But when I said nah, he doesn't even open the message for like 3 minutes. And finally, he replies, we've dipped. You probably called the cops. Which I didn't call the cops at all. I said back to him, I'd only call the cops if I actually felt threatened. And he just doesn't reply to that. And I don't know, I thought that was pretty funny. So anyways, I clock into work and I clock out 8 hours later and I head home. And at that time, I get a message from Adam saying, bro, I can't let you walk away thinking like you won. But yeah, I told him like, I didn't win shit. I wasted my time with you. That's my L. Plus, you're not gonna do shit. I told you I'm done with you, so just walk away. And he just goes off on me, trying to quote unquote expose me, saying I bought fake subs and that I scammed him out of money for music videos, which I don't understand because like he watched the music videos I made, then paid me, or at least had someone else pay me for it. And I was like, bro, you're spouting all this bullshit saying like whatever you can, just fuck off. And he goes, dude, whatever, you're bothering me, stop messaging me. Yeah, like he said that too. Like he said like, dude, whatever, you're bothering me, stop messaging me. And I was just like, is this dude fucking for real? Like he messaged me first. And this dude had like no fucking brain. There was just no thought process about what he was doing or even saying. So I figured at that point everything was done, over with. Like I thought he just left me alone. But then an hour after the whole thing, like 1 hour after the whole thing, something fucking crazy happens, okay? And this is where the story is gonna get shaky, alright? I was talking to my friend about this. Like, I was talking to my friend about this whole situation because this was just so out of the blues, and so much just came from this. And it was really after this shit happened that I needed to, like, delete my vlogs and tell this story to my audience. So I'll try my best to, like, kind of walk you through the events as clear as possible. So, this is what happened. Adam's Snapchat was hacked, alright? Like, someone had gotten into his account and changed his password. Nobody knows who hacked Adam, but the hacker was starting to, like, message everyone on Adam's Snapchat saying, this guy got hacked, I'm taking over, yada yada. And he even messaged me as well. Now, Adam gets on his alt Snapchat account and messages the hacker on his Snapchat. And he goes, Sal, I know it's you. I know it's you, Salvin. Get off my fucking account. Give me my password. And the hacker sees Adam's chat log, Salvin, and he sees my name, Salvin King. And the hacker puts 2 and 2 together. So to spite Adam, the hacker starts messaging me. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And I'm thinking it's Adam pulling some kind of stunt to like manipulate me. Like I'm having a hard time believing that Adam got hacked. But this dude is like talking different than Adam. Like he was being more, he put a lot more thought into what he was saying rather than Adam, who was just like always saying like dumb shit. But like this dude is like talking and he's sharing all kinds of like shit he knows about Adam. And he sent me screenshots of conversations between him and another guy saying like Adam was gonna like shoot me and other guys in the group. So I'm thinking So I'm thinking like it's still Adam trying to like scare me or some shit after like he sent me that screenshot. But then the hacker tells me this. And before I get into this, I'm letting you guys know that this is just an accusation. I didn't get screenshots. There is no proof of this. But the hacker says that Adam is a pedophile. He was saying that Adam was talking to a 13-year-old girl sexually. And and Adam's like in his early 20s. And that's why this guy hacked him. And that's when I started to doubt that Adam was really behind this, because if it really was Adam pretending to be hacked, then there's just no way that he'd make himself out to be a pedophile. That's just fucking crazy. Eventually, after an hour or two, the hacker actually offered to give me Adam's Snapchat. Like deadass, like he wanted to give me Adam's password. And I was sketched out by that. But if Adam was really hacked, then I wanted to give him his account back. Because even though I fucking hated this dude, I have a strong moral compass and I don't believe anybody should be hacked. Because people have their whole lives on these social media platforms. So I said, yeah, sure, just give me the password. And I think the hacker gave me Adam's password because Adam hated me the most and wanted to fuck with Adam. So he gives me Adam's password after like a whole 2-hour spiel of like fucking with Adam's account. And I actually got into it. And I was actually in Adam's Snapchat account. And I didn't snoop through any of his messages, but Adam was on an alt account. And this alt account was like, he was using this account to like message the hacker. And this alt account was named Christian, which set me off internally. Because if y'all remember that name, y'all know why I'm really fucking mad. This account that was harassing, this is the same account that was harassing my friend and blackmailing using her nudes. This was the very same guy that Adam and my friend had to report to the police as well. And I waited to mention this, but this whole time I knew Adam, he was saying like he was done with my friend, like he was not attracted to my friend at all. Saying like she wasn't worth his time anymore. But my friend would always run to Adam for protection whenever this dude Christian messaged her and threatened her. So Adam was also telling stories saying like he would always get into like fist fights with this dude Christian. He fought him once to like save my friend from him or some shit like that. So this whole time Adam was pretending to be Christian to harass and manipulate this girl into running to him for protection. And that fucked me up pretty bad. Because that's a fucking crime itself. Alright? But I ended up giving Adam his account back. And I quickly messaged my friend to tell her everything that just happened. And tell her like Christian was fake. And she was not happy at all. And I've shown the screenshot of Adam threatening to shoot me to the rest of the guys, because their names were involved as well. And the rest of the guys, they just ended up dropping Adam for good, because he was really trying to threaten everybody. So we were just done with them. We all just fucking dropped him. So after that whole thing, I came to a decision. I decided to delete the vlogs and to tell the story as well live on my podcast, because I want to let my audience know what happened, what was going on, and why I'm doing this. And it's because I do not ever want to be associated with Adam ever again. This guy, he's a horrible human being. He catfishes, manipulates, lies, steals, threatens, and just brings everybody down. And I don't know if he's going to try something after I upload this. I know he's subscribed to my channel. I know he keeps up with my channel. But if he's watching, Adam, if you're watching, your real name was not used. There's nothing legally you can do to take this video down. Plus, if you do, you're also exposing yourself to the police for your crimes, because filing a police report is illegal, as well as harassing, blackmailing, threatening the life of my friend and the rest of the guys. So, Adam, just keep to yourself, keep away from me, keep away from my friends and the rest of the group, as well as the people we play basketball with, because they are aware of what happened. So best of luck to you, Adam. I think I think at the end of this video and podcast, I should mention that I'm gonna be taking a break from YouTube as well. Um, I think I'm gonna prepare myself for like another series, and this time I think I think I'm gonna try gaming videos, just kind of like laid back, and possibly I might make a new YouTube channel as a fresh start because I feel like everything I'm doing is a mess. I feel like everything I'm doing is a mess right now. I don't want to give up on vlogging, but I might take another approach at it again in the future. And when I do, I might just post once a month instead of once a week. That way I can make other videos and have more time to do other things. But I want to personally apologize to everybody in my audience and to people watching my channel. I just want to apologize for being a mess. I have many people who support my channel, but I feel like I'm very all over the place and I'm working with people who are psychotic, and I just can't keep things straight with what I make. So this is just me apologizing to you guys. But yeah, that is everything, and that's the whole story.